Hello, friends. Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Welcome back to Phil Plays Bass. Welcome back. Here we play bass. We talk about bass tips. We talk about practicing the bass tips, and all sorts of music and transcribing, and hopefully things that you guys find super interesting as well as me. And our goals are, well, technically they should align because you're here, and that's what I do. And you you want to get better at music and bass, you've come to the right place. Uh, Bit of improvised stream, as only a couple of hours ago did I learn that I wasn't going to be teaching today. But it's cool because that means I get to stream, so I'm super happy either way. But at least I don't have to get in the car and travel for a bit. And I love piano, but bass is kind of where my heart is, really, let's face it. So, not a loss for me at all. How is everybody doing? Hello, Akil. Hello, Michael. Happy Monday to you too. Thank you very much. Happy Monday to Akil and to Michael. Thank you for joining me, guys. Beginning of the week, which means we are, well, we're not really going to start something fresh, I don't think. I'm going to be streaming for probably an hour, and I'm going to carry on with my usual current routine, which I really like, which is a bunch of Hadrian Ford exercises for a few minutes each, and touch up on a bunch of other things. But mainly, I want to keep sort of chipping away at Aprieta by Vincent Garcia. Try to be respectful. And I kind of like doing accents, and I love the Spanish language. I love Spanish as a language as well. I think it sounds just marvelous. To be honest, I can't really think of any language that whose sound I don't really like. People in Belgium usually have a chip on their shoulders when it comes to speaking Dutch, which is Flemish, which is what people speak in the north. It is a different language. Some people find it harsher. It's just not the same. It doesn't sound the same, but it's. I still like it. I like languages. So before we move on and we continue with Aprieta and Julien. Julien is here as well. Lovely, dude. We're going to continue doing some Aprieta transcribing. I reckon we might be able to start chipping away at the solo, because once I've learned the different parts, all of the homework I can sort of do off camera, because I do enjoy doing that anyway. But since it is the transcribing for me that is most interesting, and I think this particular solo might be extra interesting because it's all technically in one key, which means all of the lines that Vincent is playing are can easily be sort of extracted and reused as little other components. You guys will notice that I'm wearing a nice little shirt today. It's kind of a different color. I don't usually wear shirts. Julien gave me a lovely little comment yesterday about my shirt, and I had this old thing, and I mean old. This is my granddad's shirt. My granddad passed away in 1999, and my brother took this shirt and he brought it back last week. He was like, "I'm not really wearing this, so do you want it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, yeah, I'll take it." And yeah, it's a shirt, and it has a little bit of meaning attached to it as well. So it's nice. Yeah, it's kind of like a greenish yellow and checkered again. So, without further ado, let us continue with, or start with our exercising our. You guys don't need to see that. That is absolutely useless to you all. So, restart capture. Let's put the metronome on. That should be, yes, it is the metronome. Lovely. I don't know why OBS. I don't know why this software keeps changing the layout of things, but doesn't matter. Yeah, it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. There's a few things you could say about that. I.e., they used to make clothes just a bit more that had a bit more longevity back in the day. I mean, that's clear. And also, yeah, I'm not a big fashion person, so I'm not really interested in buying new things all the time and following trends. Way too often have I seen people wear old things that they don't even notice themselves, and people will compliment them on it. So I think this whole fashion thing is just a bit of a silly reason to spend money on things we might not need. Sorry, I'm just rambling a little bit. 70 BPM seems like a good tempo to start us off with. All right, you guys remember there's essentially 3 exercises of Hadrian that he demonstrates in the video. They all are based off of the chromatic scale. And by chromatic scale, I mean it's literally all of the notes. All of them just played in a slightly reorganized pattern. So in this case, we're going to do just one step up, one step down, 2 steps up, 1 step down, 2 steps up. But in such a way that we're playing it over all 4 strings. Whoopsie, a little bit too fast. Okay, I might be stepping over my stepping a little bit too fast here, but I think I can probably increase the tempo a little bit and see what comes out of it. I'm going to turn the tone back up on the bass so that you guys can hear. Hopefully not too much buzzing, but if there is any, at least I can hear it myself and self-correct. The 4, and we're going to do this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Nice. I think that's enough for this exercise for today. I'm not sure it's interesting to be speeding it up that much. Interesting thought process that I think it's probably important to sort of share with you guys. Hello, Jeffrey. Howdy. How are you doing? Lovely to see you, Jeffrey. Thank you very much for joining. Michael, I'm not calling you a... That's just part of the greeting, like Mr. Hanky on South Park. Wade, I did see... Did you say hey ho? Hey ho? Howdy ho. I wouldn't worry too much about it, Mike. You don't seem like the type to be throwing the other word, or at least the other meaning of the word around. You don't seem like the kind of person that would use that. And even so, to some people, it's a term of endearment. And we should probably all take ourselves with a little bit less seriousness around these things, which you are. So let's follow your lead, Mike, in that sense. I think it's a good thing. Obviously, some words have single meanings. In the case of double meanings, hey, let's go. In the case of double entendres or words with double meanings, we should probably, in general, try to go with the sort of more positive one, in general. And if we're wrong, then, hopefully we're not aware of it. Second exercise that I really like of Hadrian is very, very similar to the first one, but we're going to do one step down and then 2 steps up. But as opposed to the first one, where we skip the 2 steps up, we're not playing. Okay, let me rephrase that. The first one we do 1 step down and then play the note that's 2 steps up, then 1 step down, 2 steps up, then 1 step down. In the second variation of this exercise, we do 1 step down and then 1 step down, 1 step up. So 2 steps up, but consecutively. We are actually playing the 2 steps up. That's the only difference, really. Which gives us kind of a triplet feeling. Which means the tempo might have to change a little bit. So you can practice it like that, or as I sometimes do, which is still sort of count it in 4 and just play the pattern regardless. I could do it like that, or still aligned, or how was I doing it the other day? I think I was practicing much slower at 60 probably. Can't remember how I was doing it, but it seemed to me like I was doing it differently. Anyway, starting at 60, let's go. Nice. This is starting to feel pretty good. Pretty good. There's still a few things that I need to sort of iron out. There is a little bit of note overlap sometimes when I get to this section where I have to play an E flat, a D on the E string, and an E flat on the A string. Sometimes there's a little bit of overlap, and I need to be able to prevent that. So something to keep in mind. See what I mean? Sometimes my still a great exercise regardless, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as well, as much as I am. Are you guys supposed to hear a metronome? You should be able to hear a metronome, and I'm sorry you're not. I am. Yep, my bad, dude, my bad. You were supposed to hear a metronome. Oh my god, I'm really not paying attention to the all these things. Seems like I'm spinning plates, but I was at 60. Curious. I know Hadrian does it super fast, and I won't be able to do it straight away, but if I speed it up a bit, let's see what comes out. Shall we try 80? Just want to see if I can sort of maintain it, keep it very clean as I'm sort of increasing in tempo. I'm just sort of probing, testing the technique here, seeing once I start speeding it up, what is it that's starting to fall apart first? Is it my left hand, or is it the plucking? So always an interesting thing to sort of push yourself a little bit beyond the boundaries, but not stay too long in there, because then you start developing bad sort of muscle memory and bad habits. But it's a good thing to sort of push it a little bit and seeing what's not yet there in terms of technique, and then go back to a slower tempo and increase very gradually, and be absolutely certain that you can actually play it in the with the correct technique. So in this case, I don't really know how far I can push this one and maintain it and keep it clean, essentially. So let's go. Yeah, it's the left hand in my case that's not yet ready to move to 80 BPM. I think because I'm not yet familiar with it. I'm not yet too familiar with the exercise, at least so that I don't have to think about it, which means I have to spend a bit more time at a slower tempo. Nice. I'm happy with that. I think 70 BPM is going to be the home base for now, for a little while. Moving on to the Bumblebee, Flight of the Bumblebee, which I think I can comfortably play the whole thing at about 100 BPM, I think. Well, technically 100 BPM at the 8th note, because if we're talking strictly in terms of the actual note length of the piece, it is 30-second notes. 30-second notes is the rhythmical value of each pluck. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so it is 8 notes per beat, which would make it a 30-second note. So 60 BPM is sort of the comfort zone, but I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow it down and double it up, and I'm going to go back to 100 as if they were 8th notes, as if the click was on 8th notes rather than quarter notes, because I still need a bit more reference points to sort of check my tempo against what's happening. I started wrong. You know what? Let me just refresh my memory real quick without a tempo, without a click. It starts with this. So as a reminder, this exercise starts on the B, on the D string, 9th fret on the D string, and we're immediately playing the A flat on, the B flat, as in the semitone right underneath that B, but on the string below. And again, we're using that massive stretch that Hadrian is very famous for, and playing two notes with one finger. We're literally just raking across the string. Alright, now with a click at 100 BPM as if they were 8 notes. Keep forgetting the and I keep missing that change. Okay, I should be taking my own cues. Slow it down and do it properly. Otherwise, there's no value to doing it at all. clearly there's some more work to do when it comes to the transition, and I'm feeling a little bit less confident about the switch between the G and the C has become a bit more laborious today. Not sure why. My fingers don't seem to want to be. They don't seem to want to do it. I think I'm hesitating between the two techniques. Am I using the same finger? Feels like a bit of a cop-out. But at high speeds, switching these two to here is quite the shift, especially at this kind of speed. And I feel like I'm not really hitting the note properly. So are we going more for the actual note accuracy, or am I going more for just the general effect of playing the tune? Because if I turn the tone down and go to my sort of bridge pickup Jacko sound, I feel less hampered by the sound. Jeffrey says, Phil, have you tried playing with Beat Buddy? I haven't. I'm guessing this is a fancy metronome. Beat Buddy. Beat Buddy. Beat Buddy by Singular Sound. Is that? Is this an actual piece of hardware, or is there Beat Buddy 10th anniversary Beat Buddy? This looks like a pedal at the moment. What does Beat Buddy do? Sounds like a Cotton Eye Joe type of song. What does Beat Buddy do? Expensive pedal. So I'm guessing Beat Buddy is a practice helper type of pedal. Beat Buddy. Singing some Beat Buddy tutorial. How to use Beat Buddy. Review. Blah blah blah. Okay, 1 minute 50. Yeah, metronome for $400.
To start a song, tap the pedal. Beat Buddy comes in with an intro fill, like a real drummer, and moves to part 1, which
like a real drummer.
Can be the verse of a song. This will continue looping with slight variation for as long as you let it.
I can't say that I have ever tried this pedal, Jeffrey. I mean, if I was a solo artist, or if I was busking like this kind of drum machine, in this kind of context, I can 100% see how this would be useful. But I can't say I've ever tried it. Do you have any experience with using this, Jeff, at all? Unless Beat Buddy is something else. Beat Buddy. Drum machine pedal. Beat Buddy. Yeah, it looks like obviously copyrighted name, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm guessing this is there's only the hardware. Home of the Beat Buddy. I'd be interested in trying it. It looks a bit more convenient than having to do your own beats on Logic, but since I can do that, and I'm not doing a lot of gigging at the moment, I would probably rely more on my MIDI keyboard to allow me to create my own drum beats. Plus, there's always something to learn when you play drums on keys. When you program drums, you always come out of it with a slightly better understanding, slightly improved understanding of drum fills and why having an actual drummer is actually awesome, rather than MIDI or a pedal. But as a substitute, I could 100% see myself using this thing if I was a solo artist or a solo bass player. Yeah. I mean, but drummers are so cheap nowadays. Just kidding. It does sound like a drum. The sound is actually pretty. It's actually pretty good. That is true. So to answer your question in short, I've never tried it. I've always been using metronomes when it comes to practicing. I wish I could. I wish I could tell you more about this, Jeff. Sadly, I don't have any experience with it, and technically I can play copyrighted songs on the stream for now, but you do get some copyright notices, and you get demonetized, or at least parts of the stream get demonetized or monetized in favor of the actual owner of the song. So it's never wasted. So small graces, I suppose. You know the money's going somewhere. And I did have my fingers burnt a little bit the other day when I was trying to comment on the VMA Aussie tribute, and the stream got a grey screen slapped on it saying you must stop playing this content right now or you'll get in trouble. No, actually, not get in trouble. The trouble was the grey screen. So, I'm gonna see how I'm doing with this bumblebee thing, and then we'll carry on transcribing Aprieta. Is that a fly that just landed on my face? There's a harmonic that's coming through. Oh. Okay. I think it's this one. Yeah. You can sort of hear these two as my fingers sliding on top. Bloody fly. Just get off. So more work is required on this particular piece, and I have to be a bit more disciplined, which is the most rewarding thing and also the most frustrating thing to do. You feel like you're taking a step back every single time. Mike says, so why is that? So is that why people can make covers on YouTube, but you have to worry about getting strikes because this is a stream? I think covers are, when they're acknowledged as covers, they will never be monetized. If you're using the original song in the background, like I was, when I first uploaded the Do I Do's and Chaka Khan's and all that, I think all of the advertising revenue goes to the owner of the song. So it's a great platform for advertising your skills as a musician if you're looking for jobbing gigs / function gigs, as we say in the UK. As they say in the UK, sorry. But it's not really it's not something that you'll be able to make money off of as a YouTuber. If you're somebody who's looking to monetize your channel, this is not the way forward, unless it is considered commentary, and that's obviously the big legal trouble that Rick Beato is essentially pioneering for us against YouTube and usually the big the dead collectors of the music world. He's having issues with UMG Universal a lot at the moment, where they're threatening copyright strikes on his channel, even though he's literally interviewing the person who wrote the song on the channel, and they're talking. It's like this is literally the textbook definition of commenting on a piece of music as being a fair use. They always talk about this fair use. You can't just use other people's songs for your own profit. It has to be fair use when it comes to teaching educational purposes, which is 100% what Rick Beato is doing. And even though he has permission from the actual writers of the song, the owners of the rights of the song, to be playing the tune on the stream, they're still giving him trouble for it. So it really seems like a bullying tactic on their end, because he's one of the highest profile musicians on YouTube, at least music educators on YouTube, and the fact that they're giving him trouble is it just seems really petty. Just seems really petty. And if it's just an automatic thing, then just surely it's a switch. It's a switch that somebody can just flick. What is up, Nate? Thank you for joining us, dude. How are you doing? How's your week starting? What up? What up? All right, we're done with the exercises for a little bit. Busy, you're on your lunch break. Well, really appreciate you joining us, dude. Bon appetit, as nobody says in France or in Belgium. Quit Firefox, yes please. All right, let's move to the dreaded, not dreadful, but the dreaded Aprieta. Bit more of this madness. I'm just going to double check, obviously, that you guys are getting sound. Do not worry, I will not repeat the same mistakes this time. Right, so I wasn't able to do any work with regards to this section, as in the putting it together, all of the intro. That's just going to be me watching a documentary and just repeating the sections. And it's really not streaming material, I don't think. Or could be just a really long form stream where people just dip in and out. What is up, Tamay? Please, can you play You Can't Hold No Groove by Victor? I can't play this, dude, unfortunately. I know what song you're referring to, but I would have to... Actually, I can give it a quick listen. But right now, I am going to transcribe something that you might actually enjoy, dude. If you know this other great bass player called Vincent Garcia, he has this really awesome piece called Aprieta. And I typed it wrong.
Sí.
So I transcribed most of the intro yesterday on the stream, but what I'm interested in now is the next section. This is not my regular YouTube screen. Give me one sec. There we go. Aprieta. Right. It says sheesh. What is that, like 148 BPM? 1, 2, 3, 4. Could be. Maybe even faster than that. Oh, dude, I think you were like very close. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not Peabody. Yeah, if it's not 148, it's 147 or 146. Yeah, it is very fast. It is a very fast song. So I do have the intro sort of committed to memory. Now it's just a matter of practicing it, repeating it. It is blazing, dude, for sure. The next section is pretty cool as well. All right, so we're doing that today. We are at a somewhere around the 55-second mark, I'm going to pull up my amazing slowdowner, which isn't mine. I wish I'd programmed this lovely little software. It's very, very cool. Amazing slowdowner. And this is what I use to transcribe all these tunes. You can set presets and remember moments in the tune, and you can easily sort of move between different sections and loop them, which is, from my perspective, and my way of learning things is, I call it brute force. It's just repetition, repetition, repetition until it eventually just seeps into my mind. I don't know if there are many other methods out there. Maybe some meditation or taking some sort of focused drugs, Adderall or any of these things. I don't do that. For me, it's just brute force. But in this case, we're going to move to this section, which was, as I said, around the 55-second mark. And we're going to first try to figure out what exactly is going on at full tempo. Okay, so it starts. Right, so let's take it from the beginning. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea if the time signature's changed. Obviously, the pattern makes it feel like the time signature's changed, but it could just be like a whole shifting pattern that makes it feel like it's in different time signature. But underneath it, it's literally just 4/4. Let's find out. If it's not 4/4, it's symmetrical, although I do think that there is something that's shifting at some point. Let's slow it down a touch. Yeah, it's definitely shifting, but eventually it does line up. It does end up lining up with what I was clapping into 4/4. So yeah, maybe an extra bar or something like that. That is the result. I don't know whether to approach it in 4/4. You know what? Let's just jump in. Let's just figure it out, and I think it will fall into place once I slow it down and I dissect the sections. And it's going to feel at some point like that's the end of the phrase. And once I identify the length of the cycle, quote unquote, then I should be able to figure out what length it is and where it stops and starts again. And okay, let's do it. I think that's the first bit. Yeah, I would sort of play it there. So we are 100% in A minor pentatonic, A minor blues even. It's just a descending blues scale starting literally on A. That's the first beat. Ha. Okay, no, it's not exactly the same thing, but I thought it was repeating the same. All right, slow it down a little further. All right, I'm going to slow it down just a touch more so I can catch the beginning. Ah, okay. So the cycle is actually shorter than I thought it would be. BP Gautier. Is it actually 5/4? Is it 5/4? Okay, we'll figure it out. Okay, and then it starts again. I don't have that little. This might be it. This might be the end of the pattern. Tamay and BP. Guys, this is what we do on this channel, by the way. Real quick intro. I'm just practicing transcribing things on stream. It's kind of like just streaming my thoughts and trying to notice things about my own practice, and hopefully you guys get some benefit out of it. If you haven't already, please do give this stream a like, as this really helps with the algorithm. And if you get any value from this at all, consider subscribing. There is a link for the Discord server in the description below. Consider joining. This is I think this is a new thing. Maybe I'm not the only one. I'm definitely not the only one. But I'm the only one who's actually transcribing very difficult things on stream. I never really know what I'm getting myself into. But I like taking risks, and I think it's fun. Julien, isn't he playing all that in 12th fret area? Quite possibly. I haven't figured that out yet. And you're probably right. It's pretty much the best bass content available on the internet, basically. I'm trying to compile all the best things with your help. That is essentially what we're trying to do, is skim off the fat and just gorge on that beautiful bass fat. Maybe a little too visual. And best app in the game. We're working on it, guys. We're working on it together. Michael playing covers has do if your stream is monetized. Michael, playing covers has do if your stream is monetized or not. I'm getting the general gist of what you're saying, Jeff, but I must have missed a comma or a dot there. Apologies. As to do if your stream is monetized or not. Yes, that's the big difference. Once you get past 1,000 subscribers, you can decide whether or not to monetize your channel, and that's when things get serious, essentially. And if you decide to monetize your channel, you cannot at all be playing other people's music unless it falls under the fair use policy. But clearly, even that seems to be flying out the window when somebody like Rick Beato, who's one of the best music educators on YouTube, if not the best and the most popular, is having trouble. Then downstream of that, all of the smaller YouTubers are essentially being bullied by the system a little bit, which is a real shame, because all we want to do is essentially promote other people's music, and by just dissecting it and trying to understand it, it all is kind of a homage, and we're kind of just shining the spotlight on an artist and encouraging people to. So it doesn't make any sense. It really does not make any sense. If not that they're just scrambling for money. I think their revenues keep on falling, and the system is slowly crumbling, and it's just the last gasps of a system that needs some change. Enough talking, more transcribing. Apologies. Yep, Julien, you're right. It's definitely around the 12th fret area. Right, we've got the riff. Let's speed it up a touch. And fail immediately. That's the riff. We've got the riff. I think I can try the whole thing now. Nice, nice. That is a very cool riff. And it's all except for that E flat that isn't, well, it's only there in the higher register. So BP, is it actually 5/4 if you're still here? How would I count that? I would need to see it. Since I don't really know it by heart, I have to sort of think about it. So I'm going to use Logic and see if it fits in a 5/4, in a 4/4 bar. You guys will know what I mean in just a second. I'm going to load an empty project, put a click on, and see where we land, essentially. Zoom in. Why is Logic not showing up for you guys? Logic screen, come on. iReal Pro is working. Logic, here we go. Here we go. Okay, cool. Okay, doesn't really matter where we start. Although I do have. It starts with a couple of a beats note, right? The one is on 1. So no, that's not enough. 2, 3. Right, so it is. The riff itself is. Ew, what am I doing? The riff itself is 2 bars. It's 2 bars long. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yep, it is 2 bars long, so it all fits neatly into 2 bar. It's a 2-bar riff, guys. I don't know how else to say it. It is a 2-bar riff. It's built in a way that makes it seem like it's very, very complicated. It's just patterns shifting. If we want to count it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, it doesn't make sense thinking about it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you add them up, it should be. Is it 16? 16 or 32? Yeah. I haven't done second verse yet. I don't think. What section is the second verse, Julene? I did skip something. I did. Did I? Okay, let's just have another listen. Oh yeah, I didn't do that. You're right. I didn't do the first one. Hammer-ons. Oh, dude. So I was so excited to get into this riff that I didn't do the second the first verse actually. Yeah, it doesn't sound too easy, dude. I'll be honest. No, this is the kind of stuff that will take me ages to nail. Because it's all very similar. It's all just tiny little differences between essentially what is. And I'm really bad at assimilating that sound, which means that I have to do it. Okay, just to go back real quick on the riff. Sorry, action cam. Something like that. The details. The details. Who cares about the details? All right, fine. I'll do it, Juline. Did I save the? Okay, I'll save it as riff, even though there's like 7 different riffs. So we have to go back a little bit. Close. So he's already prefacing the riff. That's pretty cool. It's like in advance he's announcing. He's kind of drawing that. How do you say? Prefacing. He's kind of announcing, like hinting at the riff that's coming, which is I hadn't noticed that. That's pretty cool. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to do this bit for starters. Oh, I find this stuff super hard. I'm so bad at this that it's going to boil down to me having to count the actual the actual notes in between at first. Then I'll be like, okay, that's what it is. But 1, 2, it's not aligned properly. Don't like that. It says it's like a sped up No More Tears Aussie line. Yes, true. I love it, dude. Ozzy's probably behind this as well. It's like the Prince of Darkness. His tentacles spread far and wide, even into the world of funk. But it's true, dude. Like some of the Black Sabbath Ozzy bass lines have become absolutely iconic, and to a certain extent, I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys have actually learned to play bass, playing some of these riffs. So yeah, I would not put it in the realm of impossible, but I do love the fact that you're drawing parallels like that. Immediately, like, oh, that's Ozzy. Up stuff. Oh, that's Ozzy. That is Ozzy. Turns out the Prince of Darkness is not bound by space or time. He truly was one of a kind. It'd be an amazing thing to see. A time-traveling Ozzy. He just gets to the 30s like, huh? What? Why don't we just play what you feel, man? He's the one who put them all on DRUGS's. Says it's like, why don't you try this, man? And they're like, holy moly, this is amazing. Okay, I'm putting it off a little bit. Let's go. Oh, I hate this. Oh, this is, to me, this is the most tedious thing to transcribe, but also it's a reason why I should. Ah, come on. I'm gonna cheat this thing. What's it called? It's not just cheating, I'm gonna cheese my way through this because I'm gonna have to slow it down so much. Oh, come on. Oh my. The riff was so much easier. Can I just play sort of my interpretation of it and then just join in with him on the riff and then we'll just pretend it's okay? No, yes, I know. It's not really transcribing if you're not transcribing. We will get back to the riff from start in a sec. Oh, did you curse? Sounds fire though. Another groove where I will, because overthinking it, then somehow nail it when I'm in the pocket. Precisely, dude. That's alright, dude. Don't worry about it. Yulin, we will get back to the riff from start in a sec. Just try to play the ending of the verse. No, that's not. I'm being facetious. It's not a useless bit. I'm just a bit frustrated by it. I'll come back to it. You said just play the end of the verse. Just try to play the ending of the verse. I think this is what I'm going to end up doing, actually. Okay. And then this leads us into... Yeah. Ah, shame. We were at the riff. I will transcribe it because I'm very obstinate. I'll get back to that section because it still sounds pretty good. So, and it's got 16th notes. Mike, what is not to like? Yes, Nate. This was a suggestion that Yulin made. Is it a week ago? I think it was a week ago, and I promised that I was gonna transcribe it and then play it. And then it turns out it's actually full of complexity. So I bit a little bit more than I could chew. But amen, 16th notes. But it also makes for a really enjoyable stream for me, and hopefully for you guys as well. I'm really enjoying that. It's just when I get to bits where I'm completely stuck, and I know I'm just gonna have to close my eyes for half an hour and just repeat the thing until it gets in my head. That is not the kind of content that I'm really interested in streaming. Really, I find it. Well, I can do. I would do that off camera anyway, so I might as well save the sort of best bits for the stream. Shall we start taking chunks out of the solo? Oh yeah, there's this section as well, right? After the riff. That's going to be tough to line up. Shall we try and... I'm going to start with the riff and then go to that next section just for a little bit longer and a bit faster as well, because I think we can do it. Yep. thing there. But let's go back to linking up the riff with the rest of this. I'm gonna run out of presets. That's not a bad place actually. I'm going to try and loop it. Close. We're close. We're so close. Yep. Absolutely seamless. Don't know how I guys, don't ask me. I don't know how I do it. It's the program. I don't know why. It's just a program. It just what should we call it? Little run. Call it little run, and then just at the end. Am I gonna have to slow that down as well? Okay, fine, I'll slow it down. And then some ghost notes. Mike says, what's not to like, other than when I hear Vincent playing it at full tempo and I say, that is literally, that is going to be me throughout the week. Then there's the whole ghost note thing to get. Oh yeah, dude, it's a big piece, I'm just missing the last two notes. I know it finishes with. Not quite. Is that it? No. Okay. Cheesy time. Something like that. Yeah, he's playing ghost notes, but I don't like them there. So I'm just gonna add my little twist to it. Feels like he just left these blank for people to just maybe have a little, if you're feeling creative. Okay, I think we're good to speed up a touch. Yeah, I think we'll get that one. Well. Okay, it's in memory now. More things to work on. What happens after this whole thing? Hey, there it is. That one is the one that I'm really aiming to get. That's a really, really cool line. Okay, solo starts there, but I'm gonna have to export the presets here because part one. Clip presets. Yes, and then stop preset. Solo start. Lovely. Export presets. Vincent Garcia, part 2. That way I'm set for tomorrow. Import presets, part 1, and everything's still there. Lovely, which means you've got unlimited settings to save, which is pretty awesome. It's a bit unwieldy, but once you get used to it, I think I'll be able to sort of collapse all of them into just a couple, and then have the whole song into just one, section 1, section 2, 3, 4, blah blah blah. Not just bits of sections. I'll leave that to, I'll let that sort of sink in for a little bit. And then for Nate's sake, I've been working on this tune again, dude. I've been working again on 8 minutes 21. I've got the whole thing, dude. I've got the whole thing. Bear with me. But I do have the whole thing. I was practicing at 70 BPM, I think. I'll put it at 65. No, there. It could be that I'm still missing something somewhere, but in the main riff, I think I've got it all. That's not that part. I haven't changed. I haven't solved the ringing E either. I did shove a piece of foam underneath it, but I feel like that's cheating. So let me just sort of rewind and see if I remember everything correctly. As a refresher, guys, 8 minutes 21 is an awesome, awesome tune by a Northwest Indiana-based band. Drop, stop, drop, drop, stop, stop, drop, stop, called Stop, Drop, Rewind. I know the name, I'm just typing it at the same time. And this tune is really 8 minutes 20, sorry, and it's very, very awesome. And there it is for your reference. That's the bit that we're interested in. I'm not going to play too much of it because of copyright stuff, but that's not it at all. And it's very quiet. Apologies. Pumping up the volume. Okay. That bit. Oh no, I need to get to the riff. There it is. Go listen to this song, guys. The reference is right there. 8 minutes 20 seconds. Stop, drop, rewind, and at around the 3-minute mark, there is just a awesome instrumental section with a crazy, crazy complex bass line in it, and it goes something like this. Forgive the difference in quality. And then we go back to the beginning. But I wasn't able to loop it properly yet. There's just one little technical element that I'm missing, but that's essentially the whole thing. I'm so excited. But I've looped it. I've looped it this time. Oh, dude, this is such a cool riff, especially when you go down to that. Just, I love the key change in that. It's just so moody, so awesome. Obviously very, very, very sketchy. Love it. Love the sound of this. It's so cool. So cool. I did one disgusting party trick to break out. You got it, man. Sounds so cool. Sounds unique. Dude, I'm going to put it on as a YouTube short and probably tag them in on Facebook as well, because I'd love to have a chat with this guy. I would love to figure out exactly how he came up with this line, and yeah, that'd be pretty awesome to have him on stream. Actually, that'd be really, really, really epic. Or even just a call. I could just record a call and just take a snippet out of it. And obviously, I know these guys are pretty big in the US. They probably don't have time to do that. But maybe if I do transcribe it and do it justice, they might notice and they might just be like, "Dude, cool." If they repost it, that means we're in. That means we're in, and we can start chatting to the bass player. You reckon he'd definitely shout back? That's going to be the goal, dude. That will be the goal for the for this next. How long is it going to take me to get it together? Oof. A week, 2 weeks, to figure out that that ringing E thing, and then I'll see if I can get in touch with the bass player, and maybe we can have a little phone call. That'd be just freaking awesome. Really, really cool. Yeah, that'd be really, really awesome. All right, guys, that's going to be me for today. It was a lovely, lovely stream. Again, always puts me in a good mood to be going through all this stuff. So I appreciate you all. I appreciate the suggestions. And it's really cool that we can, the stuff like Vincent Garcia, that doesn't give me any trouble because I don't think this stuff is copyrighted. At least I haven't had any issues with it so far. So everything that's live, obviously not marking live in Reading 2001, because that is an actual record. But all the other stuff, that is just honey and milk to me, man. Like, I love that stuff. Absolutely love it. So, oh, and obviously the Victor Wooten stuff. Sadly, that is exactly the kind of content that I can't really go over. I could do it on my own and then show it on stream, but then that's a lot of homework. And I like to sort of do my homework on stream, at least parts of it, the transcribing part. And then the getting it all together, I can sort of sit back on my chair and do that whilst I'm, listening to something else or watching a documentary or whatever. But yeah, appreciate you all. Really do. Thank you, Nate, for the suggestion. Julene, thank you also very much for the suggestion of Vincent Garcia. I would not have done it if it wasn't for you suggesting it, and I'm really happy that we're going through it. So cheers, man. Appreciate that very much. Mike, appreciate you as well, as per usual, Mike. I know that you're all with well, if not your guitars, you've got your basses on your laps, and I do appreciate everybody's attention, and I don't take it for granted. So thank you very much. And we've got ourselves a couple more subscribers. Sick. Hi from Brazil. Hello, Sara Forunato, joining us on Twitch. I do appreciate you subscribing, first time chatter, and appreciate your subscription. Sadly, I'm leaving for today. I'm getting pretty hungry, but if you tune in on Friday, I will be streaming again. Just maybe tune in a little bit earlier than exactly this time. I've been streaming for an hour and a half. I could do more, but it's falling right where where I have to prepare some food. So either I start streaming much later, which would be more convenient for you guys, but then we wouldn't catch Nate on his lunch break. So things to consider. But I do appreciate your subscribing, Sarah. Thank you very much, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you all. I wish you all a lovely start to the week. I will be teaching tomorrow and Thursday, which means probably no stream, but 100% on Friday. And who knows, maybe I'll do a stream walking the streets of my hometown as well, because there's a big festival happening in town this weekend. We'll see how that goes. Thank you all very much. This was Phil Plays Bass. I will see you all on Friday, if not before. Take care, friends, and doodles. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.